Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, the Department of Human Services ICT jobs are being shed in Hobart, despite an assurance from the government that this would not occur. Indeed, I'm told that whenever an ICT specialist moves to another role, the department doesn't refill the position, and that staff have been told that at the end of their current assignments they'll be deployed elsewhere. In other words, the government is reneging on its promise by stealth. Prime Minister, will you commit to stop this shedding of Hobart ICT jobs, and do you give an assurance more broadly that the government will maintain at least the current number of public service jobs in Hobart?
The Prime Minister.
Thank you. I thank the honourable member for his question. The government recognises the importance of a strong and responsive public service. Ultimately, the role of the public service is to deliver services for the public as efficiently as possible, and that's why we're constantly looking for ways to improve the quality of services delivered by the public service, including through our commitment to digital transformation. Now, in relation to the Department of Human Services Hobart ICT staff, I'm advised that these employees are currently responsible for supporting the work of the National Disability Insurance Agency, including help desk work. As to the member's assertion that staff would be redeployed elsewhere after their current assignments, I can assure the member for Denison that the Minister's Department, that's the Department of Human Services, will continue to offer these employees a position within that department, including opportunities for being positioned in Hobart, ensuring that people can stay in their hometown. I'd also add that the staffing profile of the Department of Human Services in Tasmania is substantial, at 1,904 employees across the state, according to its last annual report. And the government, the honourable member I'm sure agrees, is absolutely committed to ensuring all Tasmanians get the services they need. And I just note, before I conclude, to the honourable member, that last year 7,700 new jobs were created in Tasmania. Tasmania is seeing strong economic growth.
The Prime Minister will resume his seat. The member for Denison on a point of order.
Speaker, on relevance, the question had two parts. The second was to do with whether any broader assurance could be given about federal public service jobs in Hobart.
Will resume his seat. The Prime Minister. The question did have two parts, but the Prime Minister is completely in order. He's able to address them in whichever way he wishes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. 7,700 new jobs in Tasmania is of the greatest relevance to the families in Tasmania who have one of whose members has won one of those jobs. And I would note, in conclusion, that the Tasmania is seeing strong economic growth. It's seeing it in large part based on the trade deals negotiated by the coalition, particularly the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement. It will be a big beneficiary of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the TPP-11, and indeed I'm sure will benefit from the free trade agreement with Peru that we are about to sign with the honourable minister who's in the public gallery. And finally, I would note, Mr. Speaker, that there are 49,800 small and medium businesses in Tasmania benefiting from the government's tax cuts to small and medium businesses, overwhelmingly Australian-owned, overwhelmingly family businesses.